Whether you're going into the hospital for surgery, you're going to be having a baby, if you're staying overnight, these top 10 items that I have, they were a must in my book. So only 3 toiletry items was what I brought, on top of like a toothbrush and a toothpaste. My face wash, I picked Cerave Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. I grabbed this because I just wanted something like in the small travel size. And this actually worked really well. It cleansed my skin, like my skin felt like it was washed, like, you know, I'm at home and my face is clean, but it also kept my skin hydrated. And I was not having a million steps. I was lucky if I was going to brush my teeth. To actually moisturize my skin, I only brought a face oil, my 4th Ray Beauty Watermelon Seed Oil. I already knew that this was going to hydrate my skin. Doesn't matter the climate, air conditioner on. You know, usually hospitals are like freezing cold. And sure enough, this kept my skin hydrated. I did not feel, it didn't feel dry at all. So I was so happy to have that. That's all. That's all I needed besides my toothbrush and toothpaste. Now, when it came to my lips, I have the Aquarphor Lip Repair. Now, this was a recent discovery. My sister gave this to me during my first surgery because I woke up and my lips were just thinking back, I've never seen my lips that chapped before in my life. So my sister, when she visited me, she says, I'm going to bring the Aquarphor. And she gave me that and oh, it worked. Of course, I like drinking water and so forth, you know, getting the fluids back into my body. But this was number 1. And it was so good that the nurse even had said she was going to go to Target and pick some up because she walked in and she said, your lips look so much better. So I'm hooked on that now. I really do like it. Also, just to cleanse my face with the cleanser, I just brought my little scrub pad from home. And I would put the cleanser on this, and that's how I wash my face because I was gripping it on that side, and that was it. So I really do like these. They're called the Pore Scrubbers. You can grab them, I think, anywhere. From the first surgery, I didn't bring a hand mirror with me, but the second one, you best believe I brought a mirror with me. So just something that has a regular standard, this happens to be 2-in-1. So something that has, you know, the regular size mirror and then one that is the magnifying mirror. So again, I can see up close, especially like the dry skin on my lips. This holder for my earbuds, also a must-have. I needed this. Well, I should have thought of this on my first surgery, but I kept losing my Apple, the little iPod things, whatever they're called, that go in your ear pods is what I'll call it. And so I couldn't find them, and they're white too. So it's like the sheets are white. Where is it? I got smart and I grabbed this from home for the second one. I can stick them inside here and then just put them in my ear, and they did not go anywhere. This next item, I learned the hard way again. For the second surgery, bring a pair of gloves with me. So I grabbed my leather gloves because inside have the lining of cashmere. So my hands were warm as can be. So my hands tend to be cold often. And the first time, it was hard for the nurse to find my vein in my hand, you know, for the IV, because my veins were rolling. It was cold. She was putting blankets. She was putting heating packs, and my hand was just absolutely freezing. So what she did is she had to go up to the elbow, where, you know, my vein tend to behave. And that's where I had my IV, was in my elbow, which is a pain because every time you move or something, the beeps go off because, you know, your arm just naturally is wanting to bend. So having an IV is what I prefer in the hand. That's why the second time around I said, I'm gonna make sure my hand is nice and warm. And it worked. They were the nurse was able to find it, and it behaved. And then I had my my IV there. So also, you know, just keep in mind too, these items, it's what worked for me. But maybe it'll kind of like jolt your memory if, you know, we have similar specifics between each other. The next are socks, but not just any socks, is the non-slip socks. So if you have a pair that has the padding underneath, maybe bring that with you. My hospital gave me 2 pairs of these, but it just depends. If you go to a hospital that does not do that, you want something where you're going to have to get up and walk and move about. You want to make sure the last thing you do is fall on the floor. This next item is crucial. If you are going to have, let's say, a C-section, you're going to have some sort of a surgery that is you're going to have an incision, okay? The disposable post-surgical underwear is crucial. Now, I have I think I bought 4 packs because I got a pack of 3. I researched, these were the best. So I recommend to purchase these. It has nothing to do with the fact that in this link, I'll get a little bit of a commission because it's an affiliate link from Amazon. I could care less. Thank you if you do it through that link. You don't have to. I'm telling you, this is the best underwear. Okay, I hand wash it. I even will spray cleaning products on it. It will get anything out, and then air dry. Don't put it in the dryer, and they last. So I plan on wearing this until my I want to feel that it's really at a point where my incision, which is a good 11 inches, I measured it, give or take, is completely healed, even though I would say by now it's completely healed, nothing's going to open up. But I just don't want the discomfort of regular underwear touching it. That's my concern. So this is the best underwear. Now, depending on what hospital you go to, you may get disposable underwear that has mesh, where it almost looks like fishnet stockings. That was what they gave me at the first hospital. And in my second hospital, I got a pair like this, but they were more boy short cut. And I mean, those were good too, but this were the best. You want something where it's still your skin can breathe, and then this, it can go up really high depending on how high your incision is. The last item is a small pillow. So I have this small pillow. If you are having that surgery around the stomach, or you had the baby and then you got to go home, your stomach, you want to really kind of keep it from just moving all about, so to speak, especially if you're not going to have a binder on. So what I did is I put the small pillow right onto my stomach, so as I'm being driven home, I can help stabilize my stomach. Believe me, you're going to want this. Also, well, now what I do is I use it more so for my back too, again, to really give me that comfort. I also will use this to prop up my knees in bed. You want to keep yourself elevated. So a small pillow, if you can find one like that size, is perfect. I also brought my regular bed pillow home from home with me to the hospital both times. I just changed the what is it? What word am I trying to say? Bed pillow, the sheet. I changed it to a print that was blue and white, so it'd be different looking than the regular pillows at the hospital, which tend to always be white. That way I know that's my pillow. I got to make sure I take that home. So a pillow is absolutely necessary. I also forgot I have one more item, and it's actually what I'm wearing, is if you can get a stomach binder. So again, this would be if you're having the type of, the abdominal type of a surgery, or you had your C-section or whatnot. You can get it at the hospital too, if the hospitals have it. But for me, in my case, my hospital also gave me one. These binders, I absolutely love it. Again, it's another product that the binder will help keep your stomach in place as you're moving about. My first surgery was to remove some fibroids within my uterus that looked rather large on the ultrasound. It wasn't until I was pregnant that I even heard the word fibroids. I had my son when I was 25. That's the only time I ever heard of that word. So what I recommend, especially again, if you are a Black female, because it tends to, again, happen with us more so, is when you have your ultrasounds, and it doesn't even matter if you're pregnant at that time, just your regular annual OBGYN checkups. Ask about those. Do you see them in the ultrasound images? How is that? Okay. So that way you can get a leg up on what is going on inside of your body. So in my case, when I was pregnant with my son, there was a small one like above his head because the doctor, I remember her saying that he was playing with it. So it was really small at that time, and I can actually see him as something that he would do. But again, that's the only time I heard it. And then I haven't heard it very much since. And my stomach certainly wasn't like, after, of course, I had my son, my stomach wasn't still really big. It wasn't like I was having any complications. I had, since my very first period, I would say, I hate to say it, the perfect period. I did not have heavy bleeding. I never had severe cramps. I never had crazy PMS. I mean, it was just, they were on time as well. As I start to get up in age, again, I'm not thinking of the fibroids, but I am going into my yearly checkups and everything seems to be fine until the year 2015. Now, I say 2015 because I don't even remember in my head what my stomach looked like at all. But I was supposed to go that year to go get a biopsy done. That's all I remember. And I remember other issues that were going on in my personal life that just took precedence. Me. I put that ahead of my health. Instead of doing it in conjunction, I coulda, woulda, shoulda. That is what I chose to do. And it just fell off my radar. And it fell off my radar until it was time to go again for my yearly checkup. Now, that was the year of COVID. So COVID started, 2020? And everything shut down. Okay. So I couldn't go for my yearly checkup because it wasn't considered an emergency. However, that was also the year where I was increasing my workouts, really enjoying that hour to myself to work out. And I noticed that when I was taking measurements of myself, because I was doing workouts from YouTube, and the trainer said, take weekly measurements. I noticed that the inches were dropping everywhere on my body but the stomach. And I remember asking friends, I was Googling, how do you get rid of belly fat? Like, what's going on? And stuff was being told back to me was that you can't really target that area. It's just your overall, as you lose it, it will be lost too. You can do the stomach specific exercises, but it's also like that area that's pretty hard to get down. Okay, so then that year goes by. Now, I give credit to my dear friend Candace, who told me about, why don't you add strength workouts to your workout plan? And I'd go, I never even thought of that, right? No, cardio girl and so forth. So I said, okay, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. As I was doing my strength workouts, I would go up in intensity. I did one video a month. So it was, I think, the fourth strength training one, where the trainer had me go, the exercise was a Superman one, so you go on your belly. The minute I got down on my belly, I felt, why does it feel like I'm laying on rocks, but straight down the middle of my belly? I don't sleep on my belly. I don't have a reason to get on my belly. I just don't get on my belly. Had I got my butt on my belly earlier, I would have noticed that feeling, and I would have been like, okay, I need to go to the doctor ASAP. It was also the same month that I was going anyway for my OBGYN. So my new appointment. I have a new doctor as well. So I go in for the checkup, again, just the annual. I just thought about that. And she was looking through the paperwork and she's like, it says here you're not pregnant. I said, yeah, I would know if I'm pregnant. And she says, but it can kind of tell from your stomach, it looks like you're pregnant. So we do the physical, the exam, and she tells me that I have fibroids. And she's pressing and going on my stomach. And then right when she says that word, it pops in my head. I go right back to my son playing with the fibroids and the ultrasound. The next question she asked was, do I want any more children? And for me, you know, I'm 45 years old. I'm not married. I mean, I could have had more kids if I wanted to, but for me, I didn't get married again. So I only have one son. That's me. That's my personal choice. I wanted to be married if I was going to have any more children. So I told her, well, I don't see how that's going to be happening right now. But of course, it would be nice to have that option if it was there. Again, I know that I'm 45 years old, but that's just me and my thought process. Put it this way. I want the plumbing to just die off on its own without me having to even deal with it. That's my thought process. So again, she's giving me her options, her best options, and she had advised I should just go ahead and have a hysterectomy. So I'm going through things and I'm, getting advice here and there. And I said to myself, well, why don't you just take out the fibroids? Just take them out. Because from the ultrasound, it is showing that they're rather large, but just go in there, clean it up, take them out, and be done with it. For surgery 1, that is what was the initial plan. She goes in, and the first fibroid she sees is what is alarming to her, just because of the appearance of that fibroid. It looks different to her versus what fibroids usually look like, very smooth and so forth. And it was much larger than what the ultrasound had stated. So she had to bring in a specialist. And based on what they saw and how the fibroid was attached to another bloodline, that it would be best if I go to a specific hospital that was better equipped, and also the surgeons better equipped to do this particular surgery. So close me back up. I wake up and I'm thinking, oh, they're out. And then I'm told what really happened. So my first thing was, they're still here, right? But then, by the grace of my mindset, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to get this done anyway, right? So just work on healing, and then we're going to go for round 2. So that is exactly what I did. I had to wait and heal for about 4 weeks and then go in for round 2. But during that time frame is when I go to the actual specialist doctor. I actually go to that specific hospital, do the tests and all that mess, and book the appointment so that time it's time to go back in. With this specialist and this type of a surgery that needed to be done, again, it is recommended that I have a hysterectomy, and really it's because my uterus grew to the size of an 8-month pregnant woman, although I wasn't really 8 months pregnant. And we're just talking the stomach area. And also it is moving up. So mine and the fibroids is moving up much higher than what it should be. And I kind of think of it like an ivy, growing and also attaching itself to other body organs. It really is in my best interest to have the hysterectomy. Okay. So I have the morning of the second surgery, again, trying to mentally prepare myself, but at least I know this time when I wake up, it's going to be over with. And sure enough, wake up, everything was a success. Woke up, the procedures were done. It's completely out of me. I did ask for photographs because I said, when's the last time I'm ever going to see the inside of what my body looks like? And I do know what it looks like. It's a beast. Following day after the second surgery, you want to talk about puppy dogs and ice cream? It's as if my body sprung to life. I felt I needed to get up. I needed to walk around because, you need to pass gas. You need to have a bowel movement. You need to walk to heal. And it was like that. Once it was out of my body just snapped up and I was able to walk. I was able to have energy and I felt really good about myself. So I was really happy about that. And I really wanted to emphasize that because in my mind, I was also struggling, like going back and forth between, oh my gosh, I really am never going to have children again. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to have a period again. All of this stuff was going in my mind. But once it actually happens, and then I just saw how happy I was like, baby, what? Baby, who? I was telling my girlfriend, you need some, you know what, my tampon, here you go. I ain't got to deal with this anymore. Oh my gosh. Those thoughts just exited my head and I feel 100% better. Now, I'm going to say this again. I'm 45 years old, okay? I'm at a much different stage in life. I already have a child, okay? I understand that this would be completely different if I, let's say, was diagnosed this in my 20s, like some women have to go through, or in my 30s, or just during the time frame of your childbearing years. I don't even want to imagine what it would be being told or just finding out that you have large fibroids or you have to have a hysterectomy during those childbearing years. And the goal is, well, I want to be a mother one day. So if you're watching and you are going through that yourself, I understand. I feel for you. I really do. It's a decision that only you can make. Okay. I also want to emphasize this for you. If you decide to go with that type of a surgery, if you go with just having your fibroids removed, because the possibility of them coming back is still, they can come back again, especially, of course, in your childbearing years. Or if you do wind up having to have a hysterectomy, please understand you are not any less of a person because you cannot have children the natural way. Okay, I'm just going to say that, the natural way. Of course, there's other ways that you can have children, but you're not less of a human being. And that is something I want to make very clear if you're watching. Only you can make that decision. But again, in my case, I'm much older. I already have a child. And it was just very different for me. Make sure that you are just keeping track of what's going on within your body for your yearly checkups, your pap smears and so forth. And pay attention to your periods too, if you can track it, heavy bleeding and so forth. Because again, those symptoms tend to be what women with fibroids go through. But then also you have someone like me, a Black female who is then prone to very large fibroids, who had zero symptoms. So you never can be too sure. So just keep track of it year by year. Go to your appointments. Don't be missing anything like I did towards the end. And I hope this video helped you in any way, shape, or form. The items that helped me during this hospital stays, whatever the operation may be, those were my lifesavers. And then also just the procedure I have. And so as I'm going into the new year, I am excited because I'm going to slowly get back into the workouts. And now when I'm losing, well, first of all, I've already lost 10 pounds. I've been keeping track of that. And my stomach has gone down so much. Moving forward, knowing that my workouts and building up and getting back into strength workouts much into 2022, I'm going to actually see the progress. And it will be legit progress. And just, I feel that I was giving my life back. And and I couldn't be happier. So thank you everyone for stopping by and watching. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.